Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, October 9th, 2018. Hopefully you can hear me or see me. Today is GratiTUESDAY. I haven't done a GratiTUESDAY in 2 weeks, so I have a lot to talk about, a lot to be thankful for. So let me know you can hear me or see me. Brenda Borders is on. Hey Brenda, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me or see me. I have thank you. Okay, hearts, that's better. I like that better. Listen, I've got so much to talk about. So much has happened since the last 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago when I did the last GratiTUESDAY. But you know, I would love to do it every single day, but it's just not possible. I mean, in my mind, I thank people every day, and sometimes, most of the time in writing, but to do a show every day, wouldn't that be awesome if I could thank people every single day? And but the people that I tagged definitely have been part of my gratitude the past 2 weeks, and I want to start backwards. So everybody's coming on. I love you guys so much. I want to start backwards from sort of my birthday. My birthday was last Thursday. We had a giant party, so I have a lot of people to thank about that. Hey, Shelly, and if you don't think you were invited, you are wrong, because Facebook apparently, hey, love you, Wendy. Facebook, I sent out over, I don't even know how many invites, but I maxed it out, and then I went back through and I invited people via Messenger. So if you weren't there or didn't feel like you got an invite, I promise you did, because we wanted to have a giant party, and boy did we have a giant party. So first I have to give a shout out. Love you, Bites and Bubbles. We're going to talk about you in a minute, Eddie. But we had a giant party at the Alfond Inn. The Alfond hosted it. The gracious David Merritt, the Southern gentleman that he is, made sure that Stacy and I and all of our guests were taken care of. They opened up that bar area. They opened up a second bar, because you know how we party. But it was amazing. We had like 175 plus people there, probably more. I got to spend at least a few minutes with everyone, but the love in that place was awesome. You could feel it when you walked in. And so if you take a look at my Facebook page, you'll see a lot of the pictures. I haven't had a chance to post the ones that were done on my phone, but wow, just to go through all of the ones that were done, and all of you that took pictures during it with each other and got to hang out with each other, to me, that was the blessing of the whole night. I'm very thankful you were there for me. We had a blast. The music was insane. Thank you, Tyler. The music was off the chain. I mean, everything about that party was great. A couple of shout outs, obviously, I did David, Mary Tiffany, Obsessive Cake Disorder of Orlando. She brought those cupcakes. There were 60 of them. They went like it was everybody's last supper. I love you too, Brenda. Thank you. Those were so great, Mary. So if you have never had Mary's Cupcakes or Mary's Cakes, you should definitely look her up, Mary Tiffany. She brought those with a lot of love on a giant cart from the outside, and they were great. And I appreciate Shirley and John for guarding them, because last year, and maybe this year, we had some people from other parties try to come in and steal them. Jeez Louise. So anyway, they're that good. So check out Mary, and definitely thank you, David, because that event that night was perfect. The only thing that would have made it more perfect is to have my whole home team here, but my friend and my boss, my best bud, Brandon Sturman, was getting an award from Jar of Hope up in New York or New Jersey. I can't remember which, so they could not be here. But that was awesome. If you guys weren't there, the love in that room was so amazing. These are the things that I'm grateful for. I actually took a few minutes a couple of times and looked around the room, and all I could see were people interacting with people that they normally don't interact with, or people that hadn't seen each other in a long time. I had a surprise visit from Betsy LeBeau, who I can see is on the show right now. Betsy came from Atlanta. Her husband, Rob, was there the next day, which is where we had our beautiful brunch at Bites and Bubbles, Eddie and Nick's restaurant. But it was just an amazing evening. I'm so grateful. I'm still going through all of the wishes and the gifts, which I said no gifts, so you guys are very cute about that. But I so appreciate it from my heart. There are a couple of times I had tears in my eyes, just all of the love in that room. So if you haven't experienced that kind of love, I love you too, Barry. That's the kind of love you get when you give it. And I'm going to say that out loud. I am a big believer. That's why the gratitude is so important. The more you put it out there, the more that you give to people, the more that you are grateful for what you have, you're going to get it back 1,000-fold. So I just want to thank you guys. That party was off the chain. I think my feet hurt all day long the next day because, yes, believe it or not, I danced. Thank God there's no video of that, I hope, or at least it hasn't shown its ugly face yet. But it was so much fun, and everybody came in a great mood. People who I know I hadn't seen in a very long time came out and celebrated me. So hopefully I got to hug everybody who was there. I wanted to go through and tag everyone, but Facebook has a limit on tags even. So I couldn't get everyone, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to tag the party. So RJ was there. So we had I didn't have my whole team, but I had a great group of people from the home team, all kind of my new team that's come in, and it's not my team, it's our team. Rose Kemp, yes, Rose Kemp came in, took some of those cool pictures. Thank God you did, Rose, because I would have never posed for pictures like that. So it was just so much fun. I'm beaming ear to ear. But again, all of the love afterward, all of the posts with the pictures, you can't make that kind of stuff up. You've got to create it, create your world. Create your world so that you have that love in it. And the way that you do it, you give the love and you show gratitude for the things that you have in life. And so the next day, our friends Rob and Betsy, Mary and Casey, we all had brunch at Bites and Bubbles. If you haven't been there, it's in the Mills 50 area. Eddie Nickel and Nick own it. It is such a great place to brunch. The mimosas were flowing. Thank you, Deborah. We had such a blast there too. And then we continued to PRs. And I was working, Rose. I mean, come on, it was kind of like a big networking love fest at the birthday. But we're going to continue. Tedtober doesn't end until November 1st, which then becomes Tedvember, but that's a whole nother discussion. I'm going to give my wife and Thanksgiving November, I guess. But anyway, fantastic. I love you guys. Thank you so much. So to talk about the week before, it's my birthday we celebrated too. So we had a great birthday event. It wasn't a birthday event, but I want to give a shout out to Noelle and Maria and Phil and Rob and Barry, everyone from Old Town Brokers. We had a great art event at Old Town. That was phenomenal. The art was so good. Flynn Dobbs and the Grand Bohemian, the art place, what is it called? It's the art display, the art room. Flynn, you can correct me later. Brought over art. It was beautiful. What a great night we had. And then we all went out to Dexter's. And if you haven't seen the video where I talk in Staten Island talk, you should check that out because that was so much fun. And then we just did a lot of events. We hosted a happy hour with the Property Pros. Thinking of you too, Betsy. The Property Pros, we had an amazing event. I should have tagged Chroma because we had so much fun there. It's all about bringing people together. These are just the events we're doing at night. And so it's just so much fun. People say, how are you everywhere, Ted? Well, listen, the only way I can be everywhere is if I've got love everywhere I'm going. And that sounds so cliche and kitschy. But when we go to these events, you felt the love at Chroma. You felt the love at Phil and Maria's event. You felt the love at Dexter's. Anywhere that we go, that's where the love is. And so we have all these amazing people that come in and they engage us. It's not just me, it's everybody. Wendy and Anthony Billeteri, Wendy Stewart, the entire Property Pros team. We had so much fun at that event that you don't feel like you're working. And that's another thing I want to tell you. I'm so grateful for the fact that I get to do what I get to do every single day because I never, ever wake up and dread, ever. I don't care if it's Monday morning at 9 o'clock. You know, I don't do meetings then. Monday morning at 9 o'clock, do I get up and dread anything? I'm excited. Why? First of all, I finally found a home. Second of all, I'm grateful every single day I get to get up and do what I love to do, which is be around all of you amazing people all day long and still get fantastic business. God bless you too, Cristiano Milik. If you guys haven't seen this really cool thing, oh my God, Voltbox. I tagged Bluefish Technologies. This is the TED Show is now powered by Voltbox. You have to reach out to me about this awesome tool here. It's a charger, it's a speaker. I love it. I fell in love with it. So Sharon just popped on. I have so much to talk about. I've listed all you people. Sharon and Dana Kamide came on the show. Sharon and Dana are rock stars. They sing, they play guitar. I saw Sharon play mandolin, violin. They came on and did a phenomenal show, and we had so much fun, and I just missed them at my birthday. They did come all the way to the Alfond, and I appreciate that. But it's just, that kind of stuff is what gets me going. It keeps me going. So Sharon and Dana came on, did a fantastic show, talked about their worlds, talked about how they're both rock stars, and Sharon's also a rock star real estate agent. I mean, you can't make this up. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. So yeah, that's right, Steve Bell, the show with Sharon was awesome. So we also did a great event out at Falcons Fire last week too. Amanda Douglas, Rosemary German, Carlos and Luis German. There was a whole panel of women and one man who was on there talking about, I love you too, Sharon, talking about the coolest things. You can't imagine. There was a lot of sex talk there. But I want to give a shout out to Amanda and Rosemary and the German brothers. That was a fantastic event. The home team was there in full force, but we had a blast. The topic was perfect. It wasn't just about real estate. It was about empowering each other. It was about women empowerment, but it was definitely about people empowerment. So what a fantastic event that was. We had a great time. And honestly, Falcons Fire, their bar, because it's a golf club, opened right away in the morning, and you know that it was on my birthday. You know that made Ted Bogert very, very happy. So a blast. Last week was a blur, but a blur in a good way. And I'm going to do a show soon about living life in the blur, because I think a lot of people take, hey Bonnie, thanks for coming, Bonnie. I think people think that's a bad thing, and I'm going to tell you that it's a good thing. So we also had Tracy Ricard on the show. We had so many great guests on the show. Darcel Stevens came on and talked about Libby's legacy. They had a pink party at the Parliament House. And Darcel came in full-on drag to the show. You've got to check it out. It was so great, and their event was this past weekend. And then I'm going to be a judge at Miss Parliament House on October 22nd. So you got to show up for that. I'm very honored to be part of that. But yeah, it just, everything that happened in the past 2 weeks, you can't imagine. So if I haven't specifically mentioned you, the reason I tagged you is because I wanted you to know I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the part that you played in my life the past 2 weeks. Christine Cabrera came on and shared her story for the first time, which was beautiful. She's such an amazing woman. You looked awesome at the party, Christine, that white outfit. See, I remember stuff. If I just drink vodka, I'm pretty good. I remember, no shots. She looked beautiful, poured her heart out, shared her story. She's got an amazing story. You should definitely check that out as well. Brian Rusi, thank you for popping on. Brian met with me. Judy Julian met with me during that time. It's just so great to have friends in the industry, in the business, and it doesn't matter about the business part. Would I like all their business? Sure I would. I'm not stupid, but I love them no matter what. So I want people to know that you can go out and get what you want, but you, in my opinion, you have to start with gratitude and being thankful for what you have. If you aren't thankful for what you have, you're not going to be able to get anything new. Remember, we had the whole talk about you have to subtract to attract. In order to attract, you have to subtract. It's the same concept with gratitude. If you're not grateful for what you have, how are you ever going to get more? You have to show gratitude. You have to express it in whatever way is good for you. It doesn't have to be on a Facebook Live show, which is what I do, but you should reach out to people. You should let them know. I'm very blessed. Recently, I had reached out to and had talked to, I'd say in the last 2 months, a friend of mine that just recently passed. God bless her, Colleen Koch. A lot of us knew her. She fought the good fight. God bless her. It's a very sad day, but I'm very happy that I was able to have time with her and actually have a conversation with her and talk to her. Why? Because I constantly express gratitude. Every day I'm texting. If you could see my text messages, ask Michelle, who helps me all day long, and a lot of you have talked about it. She's like, how do you keep up with all of this? You know what? You just do. Why? Because it feeds your soul. The more you do it, the more fed you're going to feel, the more full you're going to feel, and the better your life's going to be. I can't make that up. Look at me. People are like, why are you happy all the time? I mean, the vodka doesn't hurt. Come on, wink, wink. But my attitude is nothing that I do is by accident. Nothing that happens to me is by accident, and I'm grateful for all of it. No matter what comes into my life, I'm grateful for it. I'm so grateful for the people. Peter Axe was on the show. I saw Willow just pop on. Willow, thank you so much for arranging that. If you have not heard about Nutronco, you need to look them up. Nutronco was a sponsor of the show last week. Peter came on the show. He's one of the most humble people on the planet. He's an MD, PhD, and if you know anyone who's dealing with cancer, chemotherapy, treatment, you should look up Nutronco. This man has a heart for people who are suffering and trying to help them with the issues that they're dealing with while they're dealing with cancer and the treatments that are associated with cancer. And since this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Willow brought me this cool scarf. I wore it, pink scarf. You can't make it up. It's a great show. Check out Peter's show and check out Nutronco, because it's an amazing company. I think you guys are going to love it. All right, so I think that I have run out of time. I love all of you. Oh, yeah, Nick and Maggie were on the show. See, I tagged you guys, and I'm forgetting. That was such a passionate show. They made me cry. When I get to Pay It Forward is the name of their company. When I get to share a charity, somebody who's got a mission on their heart, like Nick and Maggie and Tina, who was also with us, have. You can't make that up. The love in that room and the passion in that room are so motivating. Surround yourselves with, I love you guys too. Surround yourselves with people like Nick and Maggie and Tina, who are on a mission, who treat people well, who are grateful and loving and express it all the time. Because I promise you, because I am a benefactor of this. The more I express it, the better my life is. The more I hold it in, I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It's not as good if I'm not as expressive. Even if I don't feel like it, you have to do it. Yes, the Art of Giving Gala is November 3rd, which is Nick and Maggie. That's Pay It Forward. You can look them up on my Facebook. You can look them up on the show that we did last week, I believe. This is what it's all about, guys. If we're not giving back and we're not showing gratitude and we're not embracing the people that are in our lives and expressing that love in whatever way you're comfortable with it, then you're missing out and you're cutting things out of your life that could be there. You're missing out on so many of the gifts that you could have. So thank you if I missed anybody, I tagged you. I will go back in. I love, love, love all of you so much. We're going to have a recap of the birthday show. We're going to do a mortgage minute this week. We're going to have Patty Sheehan on. Commissioner Sheehan is coming on the show this week. We have Kim Johnson on today. Stephanie DaCosta's on today. We have so much great stuff going on in Freedom Friday. I'm fired up about that. This is not even fired up. That's going to be crazy fired up. All right, I love you guys so much. GratiTUESDAY, go out and thank the people that you need to thank. Don't hold it in. Don't wait another minute. Tell them you love them. Tell them you're thankful for them. I don't care if it's your lawn guy, your maid. Love you too, Juliana. I'm so glad that you were at the party. I don't care who it is, your server. Be grateful. Every minute of every day, you have a chance to be grateful. I promise you it will change your life. All right, I love you guys. Mwah. See you soon.